Last night, we got one of the best games of the season with the Denver Nuggets showcasing their seemingly unstoppable offense against the Boston Celtics in what might just be an NBA Finals preview. So I want to take an in-depth look at how the Nuggets were able to pick apart Boston's defense. If you enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Let's get into it. The Nuggets open up the game with this twirl action where Jokic is going to get the ball to Gordon in the high post, and Murray and Jokic are going to set staggered screens on the weak side for Michael Porter Jr. And Michael Porter Jr. is going to reject the second screen and cut in between them. Drew is going to call for Porzingis to cover him cutting towards the basket because he knows that Murray is going to get the second screen from Jokic. But that switch doesn't come quick enough, and Gordon's going to feed MPJ for an easy 2 points. On the very next possession, they're going to set up like they're running that twirl action again, but Michael Porter Jr. is going to reject the first screen and make a baseline cut, with Murray getting the second screen from Jokic. But the Celtics do a good job of cutting off any pass, so Gordon feeds it to Jokic so that they can run a blind pig action for Murray, where he runs by Jokic to get the ball on the way to the basket. But the Celtics defend this well, and they're able to force the miss. The Nuggets are then going to break out this cross screen where Jokic gives the ball to Murray, and KCP is going to come and set this cross screen for Jokic to cut back towards Murray. But while the Celtics are still navigating the action with Porzingis and Tatum held up by Jokic, KCP is going to pop out for the pass, and he gets Tatum to bite on the pump fake before getting into the one dribble mid-range pull-up. Next possession, they set up for the exact same play, but instead of screening for Jokic, KCP pulls back to get Porzingis away from him, and Murray gets the ball to Jokic. Jaylen Brown is going to get lost on who his coverage is, and with KCP pulling out to the wing, Aaron Gordon's going to be left wide open near the dunker spot for the feed and the slam. On this possession, they're going to run a zoom action for Michael Porter Jr., where he's going to come from down low to get the pin down from Murray near the elbow in order to get the handoff from Jokic. But Derek White does a good job of preventing him from getting downhill or creating any advantage, so the Nuggets have to reset, going into the reliable two-man game between Jokic and Murray, and it puts Drew Holiday behind the play, and Murray gets the space that he needs to get the floater off. You can see that Boston's focus is going to be preventing Jokic and Murray from scoring, and Brown is fully comfortable helping off of Aaron Gordon and living with the results if he gets an open corner three. Boston moved to Xavier Tillman and Horford in the front court late in the first quarter, and Horford is going to help off of Brown, and that leaves Hauser and Tatum as the only ones on the weak side. So Jokic is going to swing it to Watson with Tatum having to make the rotation, but the fake pass gives Watson the opportunity to attack, and he dribbles into the mid-range pull-up. With Tillman on Jokic, the Nuggets were clearing out for him, hoping to draw the double team, and when Drew tries to come from behind and disrupt the post-up, Brown is going to be setting this screen for Watson to get the pass in the corner, creating an open three that ultimately results in a miss. The Tillman matchup also allowed Jokic to take advantage of his size because even though Tillman is a ridiculously strong player, Jokic still has the height advantage, so he's able to just score right over top of him. Start of the second quarter, they're going to be leaning on Jamal Murray a lot to create for them in isolation, and it's actually pretty effective, especially when they were able to get Tillman switched onto him. They run this action to get Murray the switch, and Murray is going to be able to break him down off the dribble and attack the rim for the tough finish. The Celtics adjust immediately after when the Nuggets try to go back to it, not conceding the Tillman switch. So Murray is going to drive instead, and it forces Hauser to provide help at the nail, and it forces Pritchard into being switched onto Peyton Watson, and Peyton Watson's going to take advantage of the mismatch. Now with Jokic back in the game, the Nuggets broke out this flex screen the screener action where Jokic sets this flex screen for Murray, and then Jackson is going to set up for the pin down for Jokic, but the Celtics are going to pre-switch it, and Jackson is going to show for KCP. Jokic is going to angle like he's going to set this flare screen for KCP, but instead he's going to ghost it, catching Tatum off guard, and Jackson's going to find Jokic in stride to get the finish. We also saw Denver make an emphasis on getting out and running in transition during this quarter, but with about a minute left, we saw the Nuggets go to the old reliable Jokic-Murray two-man game. Murray has the ball on the empty side, and Jokic comes and sets the screen for him. Tatum is going to get stuck behind the ball, and Drew Holiday is going to attempt to jump in front of Murray and block him, but Murray gets it off over top, with Gordon making the backdoor cut, and since Drew jumped the gun, Gordon's going to be able to throw down the reverse slam. In the second half, the Nuggets ran this play where Jokic is going to get the ball to Murray, then angle as if he's going to set a screen for Murray, but he ghosts it with KCP screening on Porzingis, allowing Jokic to get the pass and establish positioning so he can get the post up and finish. Gordon's going to be posting up here early in transition, and Derek White is going to be focused on potentially having to go provide help if Jokic makes the pass. So instead, Jokic passes it to Michael Porter Jr., who's able to attack White's closeout, getting downhill to the rim, and once the help comes, he dumps it off to Gordon for the slam. Jokic is going to run this handoff with KCP, and Jrue Holiday is going to be hanging out around near the nail in case he needs to provide help, leaving Porter Jr. a little bit unguarded. KCP stops and Holiday has a split-second lapse in attention, and by the time he actually realizes what's happening, Porter Jr. has already made the backdoor cut, and he's going to get the finish. There's going to be a lot that happens on this play. The Celtics are going to be trying to deny any entry pass to Jokic in the post. Jokic is going to ghost the initial ball screen with Jackson attacking, pulling two defenders with him, and he gets it back to Jokic, and with Porter Jr. looking like he's going to screen for KCP to flare, Brown overcommits a little bit, and KCP is able to get the handoff from Jokic and dribble into the mid-range pull-up. With the Celtics game planning to stop Jokic and Jackson running pick and rolls, they started sending some help off the corners and willingly leaving Peyton Watson open like they had been pretty much all game, and he was able to make them pay for it. These are conscious decisions being made by the Celtics, but in these instances, it's a result that you just have to live with. Now with Jokic angling for the post up here, Brown is going to try and sneak from the corner to try and catch Jokic off guard and steal it from him off the pass. But if you're going to try that, you better make sure that you get the ball, because otherwise Jokic is going to make you pay exactly like he does here. This screen from Peyton Watson on this play is great because it looks as though he's going to be setting it on Jrue's left side, but he senses the cross coming from Murray. So instead he's going to set it on the right, and it allows Murray to get plenty of space to work with once Jrue gets stuck on the screen. The Celtics tried something that they actually do a lot against top centers. We've seen them do it against Embiid before, but they put Jrue Holiday on Nikola Jokic in an attempt to throw a new look at Denver, and it forced Denver to have to play through some other guys, and once again, we see Boston willingly helping off of Watson to try and stop the other threats on the floor. The Nuggets would then start looking to get Tatum switched onto Jokic, and Jokic is going to be able to take advantage of it, backing Tatum down until he can draw the help from Porzingis, allowing the dump off to the cutting Aaron Gordon for the slam. They put Porzingis back on Jokic, and even though it allowed them a better chance at forcing him into a miss, it didn't stop Aaron Gordon from getting this insane putback, and Jokic was still able to get to the rim and finish on the following possession. And then to ice the game, Jokic is going to back down Porzingis, draw two extra defenders, and then put it up for Gordon to throw it down and force the Celtics to go to the free throw game. This game was awesome basketball from beginning to end, and it showed me that the Nuggets are still just as good as they ever were, especially if a guy like Peyton Watson can continuously make teams pay for helping off of him. If teams have to start honoring him from beyond the arc more and more, and they start to not feel as comfortable helping off of him, Denver's offense, which is already incredible, is going to continue to get even better. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd really appreciate it if you considered leaving a like and subscribing if you want to see more stuff like this. Shout out to my patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.